What's up? Good
All
morning, good
right.
morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good people. What
Put
it do?
put two hands up, put them up.
Like
Two
this?
hands up, keep them up. The good knees challenge. Can y'all get it done this month? Two hands up, keep them up.
Right,
That
right.
song. I, I was trying to. I'm only saying that because Zach Levine. Good knees
Good news.
challenge.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, Chicago. Good morning, everybody. Guess what, y'all? Oh man, we're gonna have a beautiful day today here in Chicago. The high today will be 73. It could reach
Right.
up to the record high of 75.
What?
What?
That's what's
That's
up.
that's right. That's what's up. And man, what a beautiful morning. So listen, this is the day. If you want to go outside, if you want a happy hour, if you're gonna call off work,
Right. Play a little hooky.
today is the day to do all of that. Don't forget, it's voting season. Bam!
Right.
It's
Hit the
voting season.
polls. Hit the polls, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, look, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just letting you know it's voting season. Again, I'm not telling you who to vote for. It's just voting season. Make
Okay.
sure that you get out and vote. Today we're gonna talk about your boy Kanye West. Does he really know what he's doing, y'all? Does he really know what he's doing? We got special guests, a Navy SEAL, Dwayne Sutton will be with us from over there on the Freedom Center, where we'll be having our charity basketball game
Yeah.
this Saturday. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. All right.
Right.
Anastasia, good morning to you. Yes, this is a beautiful weather day. November is nice. November
Yeah.
is great. Oh, we are loving it. We are loving it this morning. Let me give you your traffic and your weather together. I guess that's what we call it right now. From the Kennedy and the inbound, it's only 45 minutes. I said only because if y'all ever came from O'Hare, y'all already know.
Right.
That is like, oh man. I guess it gets more congested as the time goes on, but anytime you ask somebody to pick you up from O'Hare or you coming from O'Hare, it's dude, that it's a lot of pressure. That's how you know who loves you. That's how you know who loves you. Whoever agrees to drop you off or pick you up from O'Hare Airport, they love you.
Yes.
Right now,
With the
45
whole
minutes
heart.
from the Kennedy Expressway. From the Edens, it's not bad at all. It's 23. The Eisenhower, 45 from Harlem. The big one right here is I-57. There is some type of accident, some type of holdup on I-57 where it is taking 50 minutes to get from I-80 to 57 just to 95th Street. Almost an hour. But it is 73 degrees today in Chicago. It ain't right now. So put your jacket on. As Mama used to say, this is pneumonia weather.
Right.
This is pneumonia
weather.
Yeah. We want to welcome you to the Fray and Trae show this morning, y'all. Look, we got a lot to talk about. Okay? Before we dive into that and all these things we got to talk about, listen, we got to remind you, we had a goal this week to sell 100 tickets in a 24-hour span. Listen, guys, we are 25 tickets away.
25.
5
All right.
away.
3/4 away. All right.
This Saturday, November 5th at 12 noon, Chicago Comics and Entertainers, over 50 of them have come together, comics and promoters. We're going to the Freedom Facility, okay? Hosted by Leon Rogers and Corey Bell. We, for one charity, Gone But Not Forgotten, kids who have lost their parents through violence in Chicago, okay? And we want to support this charity. That's where all the proceeds will be going. Gone But Not Forgotten. You can go to my website, jeremiahfrazier.com. You can click the link that we'll put on the screen, comicsversuspromoters.eventbrite.com, to get your ticket or donate a ticket for some of these kids to come. Now, I can't waste any more time. I'm itching. I got to get into it. I want to hear from y'all. I got to hear from y'all. I want to hear from y'all this morning. This is the type of show where you can tune in, you can chime in, you can call in.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah. What the
We got
hell?
all that hooked up for you.
Yeah,
Put the number on the screen right here on the bottom. The Fray and Trae show, all new morning show. Listen, I want to talk Kanye West because it's bugging me. I tried to hide from the conversation. I tried to keep my distance from the conversation, but y'all keep bugging me. Let me take my glasses off. Y'all keep bugging me about this man right here.
Couldn't find any other picture to use.
No, this is the perfect picture right here. There's plenty of pictures, but he got on red hats in one, and he got a lot going on. He got a lot going on. It's a
Okay.
video that surfaced yesterday.
You saw that?
Kanye semi-apologizing, saying, he was blackballed from a certain. He stopped himself and said, "Well, I can't say who or what banks or what people own it." Then, before he could really help himself, he ended up saying it anyway. So my question to you today is, can Kanye West, can he help himself? Is he out of control? That's what I want to know. Is Kanye West out of control? Because it seems to me that he lacks a lot of self-control. Now, listen, I gotta preface this by saying this. I've been hearing y'all. I really have. I promise you, I've been hearing y'all. I've been hearing the whole, he knows what he's doing, what he's saying. Yeah. Now, a lot of people have taken one or two excerpts that he's talked about or said or sentences and have made it seem as if we aren't agreeing with those one or two sentences. It's the other 500 sentences that he's spoken that have given people a pause and has created so many issues. Okay? Kanye, everybody said, well, he knows what he's doing. He's doing this on purpose. He didn't want to be with this company. He didn't want to be with that company. What's he doing running the Skechers? Let me give you the timeline of Kanye West. Okay? And before I do that, Trae, I know you got a little something to say because you're very passionate about Kanye, like a lot of these people are. And I understand it. You're going to be passionate about what you follow. You're going to be passionate about what you support. But at the same time, we got to be careful. Breaking news yesterday, Keisha Cole removed her son from his sports program, Down to Sports, after athletes such as Aaron Donald, Jaylen Brown, they made their exit. So is this more of, because he also said the other day, I want to thank God for humbling me because now I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck. Oh my goodness. He knows how it feels to have a knee on his neck.
Well,
is he being humbled or is he just taking L's? Because a lot of people, and I know, because I've been around a casino, they not humbled. They just taking L's. They come in the next day with a different strategy, with I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do it. Same thing over and over again. Kanye repeats the same thing over and over again.
Man, who is making those shoes, though? That's what I want to know.
I tell you who not going to make them, Skechers.
I don't care.
Skechers is not going to make them. And Kanye is the type of person, like a lot of rich people do. They can't have their way in one place. They'll go and pay their way into another. It's just what they do. It's what they do. And I want to know from you, You can type in the comments. You can call the number on the screen, 773-340-1894. I want to hear from you today. Is Kanye West out of control? Because a lot of people think he knows exactly what he's doing. He's in control of. Now, I don't want to talk about is anti-Semitics today. I don't want to talk about him, the memes y'all putting up of when he said something about black people, they didn't do nothing. I don't want to talk about that today. We've already have a dialogue about that for weeks now. I just want to know, I'm at the point of dealing with mental health crises. And I'm trying to figure out if people understand what seemingly some professionals understand and some people just on the surface understand. Is Kanye West out of control? Is this a mental health issue? Because a lot of people tell you he knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, he's doing this on purpose. I've never known nobody that want to lose $1 billion in a day on purpose.
See, man.
In fact, he did do that on purpose, then I know for sure there is a mental health crisis or issue going on with Kanye West. Let me lose $1 billion because it's so easy to make another billion, right?
See, when I look at his situation, yeah, I think he made some mistakes, definitely, and it's like, how is he gonna respond to it though? I mean, it's too soon to say, like what he's gonna like. What I mean, you can't just say this is the end all results of what's happened to him. This is just what happened right away. But I mean, he still has an opportunity to come out on top from all of this, and I mean, I think he's capable of doing that. I don't know exactly how he's going to do it.
That's not what I'm asking.
Well,
That's not the question this morning.
I mean, is he out of control?
And this is how hard dialogue gets on social media. Because people type in the comments,
out of control.
People type in the comments exactly what you are not saying. People comment on exactly what you are not saying. I am not a person that is an advocate for canceling anybody. Let me get that out the way. I'm not an advocate for that. I don't think you can cancel anybody because I think everybody has a right to a comeback. I think everybody has a right to make up for what they've lost. And so in saying that, I understand that he's made some mistakes. I understand everything he did wasn't perfect. I get all that. And then the girl who made the video, I don't know if y'all seen the video on TikTok or Instagram. She's like, anybody black that's laughing at Kanye West right now because he lost and this and that. We're not laughing at Kanye because he lost anything. First of all, nobody's laughing at him. What we are saying is, bruh, we time and time again, we tell you warning comes before destruction. Our thing with Kanye is, are you going to listen now? Are you going to listen now? It's obviously that Kanye West doesn't think he has to listen to anybody. He doesn't have accountability. We're not laughing at Kanye because he lost anything. Nobody laughs at I think she just wanted to make a video and be famous. That's fine. But nobody laughs at the downfalls of a man. If
people
you do,
are laughing at
him.
I mean, they making memes. They saying, oh, he went to pay less because and they already closed trying to.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair game though.
Out there.
Then people let me tell you something. People are soft and they need to shut up because that's fair game.
I mean, who's to say he's ever going to see that though? I know people, and I'm perfectly.
Who cares if he sees it? It's fair game.
Yeah,
it's fair game.
But what I'm saying is like, it's a lot. That stuff is going to get shared way more than anybody trying to say anything positive about it.
So we have feelings. We have feelings.
Who said? I'm talking about what we're saying.
That we won't have.
No. I'm talking about our actions and what we are doing.
So what? We have feelings for celebrities that we don't have for the common
Okay.
man. I'm confused.
Did
Anybody?
I say that? I'm talking about
Well,
our
you're
actions.
making it seem like it's so sad that somebody made a meme
Who
about
said
Kanye
that? I
West.
just said it exists, and that's what's getting shared more, which is a fact.
And guess what?
I'm not
It
saying
exists
I
because
laugh at some of them. They funny.
that's my
People are
point.
creative.
Nobody is exempt from a joke. So
I didn't say he was. I just said they're getting shared more.
Not you, Trae.
Oh,
The girl who made the video. My thing was she made a video saying anybody laughing about what. Listen, anything on the surface, it can be, especially as a comedian telling you this, there is some funny about it. No matter how true it is, the validity of it, the authenticity of it. You can be laughed at. You can be roasted. You can be joked about. We had this thing about where we put celebrities on a higher pedestal, but our own common men and brothers and sisters, we just they chop liver. Huh? I don't get it.
Well, let me bring up this little quick point real quick. I have a friend like who's on the radio, Lady Red, and 1063. So shout out to Lady Red. And like what she was talking about, like if he has mental health issues, like everybody's saying he literally does have mental health issues. Is this how you treat somebody with mental health issues? Do you
How is
blackball
he
him?
being treated? How is he being treated?
All right,
is it? Let me ask you this: is it how he's being treated, or is it how he's treating himself?
He has mental health issues.
I'm not laughing at Kanye for losing $1 billion.
Yeah,
I'm laughing at Kanye for stuff like this.
But if this person like has mental health,
I'm laughing at him for stuff like this. Look at these boots and not laugh. No, just I want you to look at these boots for 5 seconds and not laugh.
Yeah,
These are mental health boots. These boots are screaming mental health. Listen, something is wrong with me. And people think this was Photoshop. This man, these are his boots. He wants y'all kids to wear these boots.
Yeah,
I believe he walked in Balenciaga with these boots, and they told him, you know what, this is the final straw. This is it.
Yeah, he was wearing them on the TMZ video I saw of him yesterday. I think the video says there's no audio because the camera's so far away. You just see him talking and did like this, and then he walked away at his daughter's soccer game. Walked out, and I think he had these same boots on. But I mean, it wasn't a long clip. You couldn't clearly. It wasn't like he was in anybody's face. He was just like looked like he was saying, "Well, if such and such," he was kind of there like that. Well, you can't really see my arms because of the video.
I want to hear from you. Is Kanye West out of control? I have a mental illness specialist who has served in the Navy. He's gotten all kind of recognition and stars. As a matter of fact, I'll let him tell his story when he gets on. He's going to be coming up on the Fray and Trae show shortly.
All right.
Because I want to know from you all as well. Is Kanye West out of control? Because this, to me, looks like being out of control. Anytime let me give you a timeline. Anytime number one, you're spazzing out on people. Okay. Kim Kardashian was complaining about the way he was acting at home with his kids, with her, with family. And a lot of people like, well, we ain't gonna get into that. We don't live there. Like me. I wasn't really paying attention to it. Then the split comes. He's into it with Kris Jenner. He makes remarks about Lamar Odom. He makes remarks about Khloe Kardashian. he makes a pledge of allegiance to free Larry Hoover after he was beefing with Drake about smashing his wife. Now he wants a peace treaty and to free Larry Hoover. Then he finds out Kim is talking to another man. Duh, it's Kim Kardashian. He want to hide in bushes, make threats to Pete Davidson. Then he threatens that he's going to buy a house right across the street from her. Very stalkerish. Then he starts aligning himself and going at it with other stars. Before this, he teamed up with Donald Trump. He's calling Donald Trump his daddy, wearing a MAGA hat, embarrassing the black culture. More recently, he's got into it with Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy was sending, I don't know if y'all saw this, Puff Daddy was actually sending Kanye West DMs messages like, bro, calm down. We could talk about what's going on. I'm here to help. I'm your brother. Kanye said, man, shut up talking to me. Every message you send me, I'm posting it publicly. Now he didn't post it. They whole transcript. He posted it for people to see. Then, on top of all of that, you're going after Puff Daddy. You had the nerve to team up with Candace Owens. One person that we know is not for the culture. One person we know that does not respect black culture. And then you put on a White Lives Matter shirt. This is all a mist of after talking about slavery was a choice. This is all after him making vital comments to other races. George Floyd comments. You really commenting on how somebody died? That was a national story that people took time, African Americans everywhere, not just African Americans, other cultures. People actually took time to make sure that justice was served on some injustice. People marched. People spent hours out of their day, days out of their week, weeks out of their month. Attorneys were hired. Money was spent. Plane tickets were bought. Gas was spent at a time where gas was ridiculous. National attention was brought to injustice. And black people finally got some justice for some injustice for a white police officer who kneeled on George Floyd's neck. And you want to get on here with your celebrity and your millions of followers and say that this man died from fentanyl. And now you know how it feels to have a knee on your neck. Is Kanye out of control? Is Kanye out of control? You speak.
No, he does. I mean, he's done some stupid things, but just
now, Trae, before you answer, I didn't go into the banking. I didn't go into the anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah, but you also didn't go into anything that he's done that's good. Yeah. Somebody looks really bad when you just completely just start talking about everything they're doing wrong, right?
Correct. I mean, I'm not okay. Listen, it's not what you said. I think Braggs is coming on.
Okay, hold on.
No, it's okay. It's not that I'm talking about everything he's done wrong. I'm
You are
honestly,
talking about everything he's doing wrong.
come on, is Braggs coming in?
I think he's
Braggs want to
trying
talk
to.
Kanye West. Come on, um
Let me see if he's.
yeah, get Braggs in here. I see he's in. All I want to know, because you sound right now you sound like the teachers from the school who
I'm
after
not
they
saying
child.
don't talk about what they're doing wrong, but that's all you're talking about, though.
Well, if that's all what he's doing, what else can I talk about? This is exactly when I was a dean for the school. This is the exact conversation I had to have with many parents. And a lot of times I would start my meeting with something positive.
You
But
sure
when you
didn't
are
today.
doing so much negative, it's like, listen, you're overshadowing the good things you've done. That's why in certain scriptures it say, don't let your good be evil spoken of, because you are overshadowing the good things you're doing by being a awful person, or making, I shouldn't say awful person, let me take that back, by
people
being
gravitate to the news is full of violence, and they're not going to talk about all the good stories or everything that's good that's happening in Chicago. You know, they give Chicago the
okay.
nickname Chirac for a reason,
We know that
and they
already.
glorify the violence.
So why are you
But it's
feeding the
so
beast?
much. So
Why
me,
are
why
you
am I
feeding the
feeding the
beast?
beast? Why am I feeding the beast?
No. Why is
Uh,
Kanye West feeding the beast? You know how this goes. You are a master of trending. So to him, like some celebrities think, any press is good press. Now, maybe this press has went a little too far. Maybe this time it was a little bit too much.
yeah, yeah. He's
But
done
I
some
don't want
things
people.
that's.
What we tend to do is make excuses for grown-ups.
No, he's done bad. Like he's done some things that are very questionable, that don't make any sense. You wonder like what is the reason behind you doing this? You're getting you're your own worst enemy at this point. And now I'm just waiting to see what his next move is, to see is something actually going to happen. Like is he going to be able to come back from this? It's like, yeah, he'll always have money, but like his whole main goal, like, is he going to be able to accomplish like other good things?
Why
Would he?
wouldn't he? Why
I
wouldn't
don't.
he? Because everybody. That's not my argument. Everybody is entitled to a comeback, but don't lose so much that you're not able to recover.
Yeah, this is
You
a
see what I'm
hard
saying?
hit. Yeah,
There
this
are ways you can come back.
he
There are
alienated
ways you can
himself a lot,
recover. But a
and
lot of times when you lose something, it's not of the same value, or you can't recover everything that you have. A lot of people can recover up to 75% or even half of what they had. It's hard. It is difficult. It is
right.
almost impossible to recover 100% of everything you've had. So when you have celebrities reaching out to you, now look, the common people are they're arguing with each other. You know, I know the ones that don't have the light on them, you know, they are arguing with each other. The argument is, um, you know, Kanye West is not out of control. Kanye West doesn't have a mental illness. I've even seen people go so far to call other people who don't agree with Kanye West's rhetoric house Negroes. You know what they really said? I can't say it on the platform.
Right.
Porch Negroes, etc., etc. It's like no. Don't mix the two. Don't mix the validity of what he's saying about
Excuse me.
the ownership of businesses and music business. I would never argue with Kanye West about music business. The man has mastered that.
Yeah.
But when he goes into these other subjects that he is clueless about and needs to be educated on, shout out to Kyrie Irving. giving $500,000 to the teaching of anti-Semitic.
Yeah, it's boy.
Can we get Braggs in here? Braggs want to come in
No,
here?
he's on his way to work. He said he was having some connection issues, but he just wanted to pop in and say what's up. Yeah, Braggs.
I want to hear from Bragg.
Yeah. Well, mate, like,
because I know Braggs is a Kanye West guy. and Braggs and hearing an opinion from another race is important. Because black people think they own Kanye West while we talking about ownership. And most of his money don't even come from us.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like
the majority of Kanye West's finances do not come from black people. So African Americans, let's woosah for a minute and think about this.
Yeah, but most billionaires, you know,
here comes Braggs. Come on, connect.
I think he still had. I'm not gonna say Cricket Wireless because I know that it used to be a sponsor.
This is what happens. You know, Xfinity is not a sponsor of the show, but this is what happens when everybody leaves Xfinity and starts streaming on their own because nobody wants to pay $300 a month for cable. And I've heard some outrageous bills of people paying $500 and $600 for cable.
Yeah.
Is he on the move? That might be what it is. He's outside.
I think he's on his phone because he's on his way to work. Yeah, Braggs, you know, one of the guys we do podcast shows with. He's recently joined the CHGO network, which is a media outlet right here in Chicago for sports. You'll be seeing a lot of
give it up for Bragg. Give us some hand claps, man. What do you give us some hand claps?
Oh, you gotta figure out what button it is. Hold on. Bring up the program. And clap. Okay, it's this button. Okay, now I know it's this button.
I wonder if we could hear him, even if we can't see him.
Well, he's calling me. Hold on, let me see if I well, he's calling my phone.
Yeah, log him in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm not saying this for purposes of importance. I'm saying this as purposes of context. This is a guest who is not an African American, who has an opinion about Kanye West.
I don't know. You might just want to say hi.
Or you might just want to say hi. Can you put him up to the mic?
God almighty. I don't know what's up with the service. I'm driving, so I guess it just wouldn't let me play video, which is probably for the best because then I might have crashed live on your stream.
Right. No, we don't want that.
But after you guys were talking and said you wanted me to call it, so I figured if I'm gonna hijack your shit enough, I might as well give it one opportunity and call in and say hi real quick.
Good morning, Braggs.
How we doing, Jeremiah?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's good to hear from you, man. I wish we could see you, but it's good to at least hear from you.
Right.
Hey, man, have you been following?
I can't hear Jeremiah. I can only hear you.
Oh, you can only hear me. He can't hear you. Oh, man, we got to figure out a way to
put him on speakerphone.
It's no big deal. I just thought I'd call in and say hi. I'm enjoying the show on my drive to work here. So no big deal. As far as Kanye is concerned and Kyrie, I don't know. For me personally, just seems like another example of, you know, and we have a lot of this, you know, where I live here in Northwest Indiana in the region, people that kind of get out of their depths and try to, you know, be eloquent about things that they don't have a complete understanding about, you know, and, you know, that for me is kind of what's wrong with our society nowadays. Like, I have opinions on certain things. Do I push my opinions on everybody else on things that I only know on the surface level? No. Does that mean we can't have opinions? Absolutely not. Everybody should have their own opinion, and everyone should have conversations, you know, with each other, you know, and I think there's a better place to do it when you're having that personal interaction where you can say things that may not be right, but you can talk through them. But when you have a platform like Kanye West does or Kyrie Irving does, you have to really be calculated in what your message is. And, you know, that may not be fair in their eyes, but at the same time, they have to understand it. I have a very small platform, and I'm very careful about what I say as far as, you know, the message I'm putting out there, whether it's sports or political or societal. So, you know, yeah, Kanye West is one of my favorite, you know, artists of all time. Some of his early music, you know, is some of my favorite stuff. Me and Trae have talked about that at length. I will say, just on a comedic side of it, the one clip, and I know Trae would probably think it's funny too. I was trying to send it to him on Twitter, but it was very, like, it just felt Michael Scottish, and he was, Kanye was getting interviewed outside of somewhere. Did you see it, Trae?
Yeah, Jeremiah sent it to me yesterday. He said, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say which type of doctor, but they led me to believe
and
I
I'm
had
not
depression.
Gonna say his religion, and then he pauses.
Right.
He's like, it was a Jewish doctor.
Right.
He can't help himself. The man cannot help
like,
himself.
This is very Michael Scott.
Right, yeah,
so
very Michael Scottish of The Office.
It was so true. It was funny. You guys should play that if you can find it on Twitter. But you know, I appreciate your guys' perspective. But at the end of the day, like I said, you know, everybody's kind of, you know, you watch 1-2 hour documentary and you become an expert on things. And you know, we are all victim of that. I can watch a 2-hour documentary and then I start talking about it to the guys at work. You know, I work with guys that they think that the fucking Democrats drink baby blood and crap like that. And you got to argue with them about satanic nonsense like that. And it's like, you know, they get all this stuff from their ridiculous outlets. And I just think, you know, if you can take a step back and kind of laugh at yourself when it comes to half the crap that we read or watch, you know, then the conversations can be had. But if you're going to plant your feet in the dirt over the little amount of research you're doing, you know, and not dig deeper and try to get an understanding on both sides of the coin, no matter what the issue is, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. So that's just kind of my perspective on it, where I got 10 people down the street of my house. They all think they know everything about the world, you know, and so that's no different than them or Kanye West or Kyrie Irving. The only difference is their platform. So, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. But I didn't mean to bug you guys. I just wanted to hop in. I saw you guys were doing your thing. I saw last couple of days. I've been trying to watch as much as I can when I go to work, but I love what you guys are up
Trae,
to,
let
and
know we appreciate that
on my drive to work to hear your guys' thoughts, and so I appreciate. Sorry for bugging you.
No, we good. We appreciate you, Braggs. We've been wanting to get you on, but I already knew that you had to work. I know, like, once it gets colder, you can't get out there with the construction as much, that you'll probably be able to get on and talk with us and whatever nonsense is going out on the world. Oh, no, you still got CHGS business to deal with, so I know you're a busy man.
Yeah, whether it's Bears or I was at the Purdue basketball game last night. No, I'm trying to find this job site right now, driving around freaking Hillbillyville here in Lake Village, Indiana, and got some block job out here, and I don't know where it is. So I'm going to let you guys go, but keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Right.
Sorry I couldn't hear you, Jeremiah, so I just do what I normally do and go on a 5-minute ramble. Like
right, yeah. Maybe it's a good thing that y'all could hear, that he could hear you, because I know y'all two will get on here and really go at it.
Anytime, man, and it is greatly appreciated, Bragg. Seriously, man, I'm glad to have you, because people need to hear from another culture, from another standpoint. It doesn't matter your race. We have the same arguments. We have the same type of attributes, the same type of things where he said people think they know everything.
Right.
And he's white.
Documentary.
And guess what? It's the same thing with my culture. People think they know everything. I got a guy on here right now saying, Floyd Crumpton, call in, Floyd. It says a lot of people can't see the bigger picture. Ultimately, the stand is to unite a generation. I've been repping Kanye from the beginning. I can go on and on and on about this. I want to stop you. You say a lot of people. Anytime somebody says a lot of people, that means the majority. Can't see the bigger picture. So I asked him, what is the bigger picture? I want to know. Call in right now, 773-340-1894.
Right. Yeah,
if you can't call in, comment on here. Don't tell me I can't see the bigger picture if the illustrator can't draw.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what the bigger picture is either. I'm not going to pretend that I know that he has a motive behind things, because people have defended him wearing the MAGA hat and saying that he's only really doing things like this to try to like penetrate the culture and over there to see what they're all about. And I mean, like, if that is true, like he's like purposely taking a bullet. He knew how black people were going to respond to him wearing the hat, and but he did it to see, like, to get in close with them, to see how they operate, like and what they would say to him about it. I mean, but who actually does know that? Unless he comes out and say it, all you can really go by is what he says. And
I'm going to know how I'm going to dismiss his statement of this is a stand to unite anything. I'm going to dismiss that notion, Floyd. Now, you can explain to me what the big picture is, but I'm going to dismiss your comment of saying he's uniting anything when he's causing so much discord between his own community, when he's causing discord between different genres and different races. You can't unite anything by causing so much discord. That's not how you unite something.
Right.
And nobody's going to get behind somebody who has, I'm not going to diagnose him as being bipolar, but he's bipolar-ish. He definitely has some traits of being bipolar. How I know? He want to be a rapper one day. Then he wants to be an activist and free Larry Hoover. Then he wants to be a pastor. Then he wants to tongue kiss his new girlfriend and put the memes on Instagram. Sorry, not the memes. Put the pictures up on Instagram. Then he want to wear boots like this. Then he wants to tell people like Gap and other companies that they can't argue with a man. That's really where this all started.
Yeah, I think it started there too.
When he started telling Gap he's not going to argue with somebody that has less money than him.
And I thought that initially meant,
you're right, we gonna fix you though.
Yeah, but what I thought that initially meant is that the people that were in the room with him weren't the people that he was the heads of the company anyway.
Who don't want to listen, because really, honestly, somebody homeless has some information that you may need. Somebody without, they don't even have to be homeless. Somebody without, let me say it like that. Somebody not on the same status as you can absolutely still help you in some areas where you cannot help yourself.
What I mean by
and so
what
for
I
him
just
to make
said,
that comment, it was egregious. It was disrespectful.
But this is what I mean by
and it was very arrogant.
But
he's not a humble person. It was arrogant.
But this is what I think. This is what I took from it, because this is based off what he said before. He like if he wants to do business with a company and you send in your proxy, he wants to talk to the leader, the owner of the company. Like, put me in a room with the person that's running things. Just like if we like say we doing the show, right? And I send you somebody to get information from you for me, you're gonna be looking like damn, Trae, why can't I talk to you directly? And that's what I kind of took that. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I kind of took it. And I think we're getting the call. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to hear you though. That's the problem I didn't know existed until now.
With Braggs?
No, there's somebody else calling. But I
hope it's not
not a bill collector.
We got a caller and we got a guest. How about that?
At the same time, all right. Hey, caller, can you hear us?
It's not a bill caller.
Hello?
Who is that caller?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Can you hear us?
Hold on.
If you're watching us on the stream, I know there's going to be a delay between you hearing us.
Tell him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut it off then.
There you go. I can hear you better now. I had to put on my headphones.
This is Floyd Crump.
All right, my man Floyd.
Floyd, what's going on, man?
I'm good, Floyd. Now listen, let me tell him real quick. Let me bring the people up to speed. Now, Floyd left.
Hold on one second. Can you hear Jeremiah speaking?
No, I can only hear you.
Yeah, he can't hear you.
He can't hear me? Okay,
yeah.
Well then relay the message to him. Tell him, hold on, and we're going to give him his comment. Let me bring the people up to speed real quick.
Okay, he said, hold on real quick, and he's going to say a comment.
Right. So, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He against Kanye or he I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, so tell him this. This is what I want from Mr. Hampton. He said we don't see the bigger picture.
I just want to clear up a couple things with my comment. You know
I want him to explain the bigger picture. Tell him to explain the bigger picture, clear. Then hang up and we'll talk on live stream.
All right, he said he wants you to explain what you mean by the bigger picture.
And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna reference a lot of things and I'm gonna clear it up. And Dick Gregory has said something in one of his interviews, and he explained that, you know, God, and he gives you visions, and a lot of people is not going to have the same vision that you have, and you can't make them see what you see, but you're going to have a few people that understand clearly. And I understand Kanye clearly what he's doing and his movement, and he's trying to unite. And I just didn't say one ethnicity, the blacks. He's trying to create a avenue for people to link and, you know what I mean, get out of this big monopoly where
how do you know that?
You got powers that be that control the industry, control the world.
Trae,
and he's exposing that.
How does he know that?
And
how do you know
that? What I mean? Just like people is gravitating towards him and, you know, supporting his ideas.
He said, how do you know that?
How do you know that?
He said, how do you know that?
How do I know that? Just by the things that I hear and the, you know what I mean? People have
hearsay,
intuitions and you know what I mean? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that this feels right.
So you're hoping,
and just by the things that you've been through and experiences that you've been through, you probably been in a situation where you felt like somebody was blocking you, or, you know what I mean, restricting you from doing what you need to do. And just like he said, you know what I mean, or showing that, you know what I mean, these are people that draw contracts that have small print, and you got to take your name and likeness and switch it up and change it because they own that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But, you know, people going to things blindly, and powers that be, I'm going to say powers that be, control these scenarios.
Yeah, don't do it.
And if you know better, you do better. And by empowering each other, we're going to, you know what I mean, move forward and create avenues for ourselves.
All right, Trae, tell him thank you for his call.
I can't hear what he's saying. I wish I could go.
Tell him to
you know
listen.
what I mean?
Hang up and listen. Hang up and listen.
Yeah.
Tell him hang up and listen. Thanks for calling, man.
It is what it is.
Appreciate your comments. Now you can go back to listening to the show so you can hear his response. So
but it's gonna be too late because I can't address it.
No, you can still comment and type.
But I really appreciate
we
chiming in with you guys today.
And then we'll try to work on this issue with him being able to hear you.
All right, we got another guest coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we got another guest coming on right now. So
I appreciate y'all time.
Feel free to comment so we can so that way you can respond that way. Still, we'll see the comments.
Okay,
I appreciate you calling in. Though.
So listen.
Yep.
So listen, Montre, let him off the line. This is okay. Good. So intuition. This is exactly what I've been saying. Y'all hoping, y'all praying, y'all wishing that this man knows what he's doing. Right? The man just said, he told me I don't see the bigger picture. When I asked him what's the bigger picture, he said that he has an intuition, or he's hoping or thinking that this man is going to do some other things. And not to say that he's not, but my argument is you don't know that.
Yeah, see what makes me
he right now, the bigger picture is him getting the help he needs. If we can't admit and agree that Kanye needs some form of help, then those are the type of people I really have to question their judgment. I want to bring in somebody who works with people on a daily basis, dealing with mental health. And by the way, he is also a promoter, a pastor, a mental health counselor. He is a veteran. He was in the Marines for quite some time. I'll let him give you that information. I want to bring him in because guess what, y'all? He's gonna be here. He's one of the promoters that's going to be at the Freedom Facility on Saturday when Comics versus Promoters are in the building on November 5th at 12 noon for one charity. I'm talking about they going hard and they having some competition for one charity. Gone but not forgotten, for children who've lost their parents. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome to the show pastor, promoter, leader, veteran, a Navy star, Mr. Dwayne Sutton. What's going on, Sutton?
What's going on, family? How y'all feel?
Feel pretty good. Glad to have you on.
Doing great, man. I see you in the library or early this morning. See, he's already studying.
I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Stay ready so I ain't got to get ready, brother.
Now, see, he's already talking trash for the game.
Nope. I mean, I think the fact that none of the comics showed up to practice for the last 2 weeks is all that needs to be said.
None of the comics showed up? None of them?
Well, you?
Okay. Now, that's all they need.
So here's the thing. This is the thing that people are dealing with now. How many people are on the team, on the court at one moment?
5.
Okay. So if one person only come to practice, what are the chances of that team winning?
We've been having virtual practice. If you really want to know.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about my team, man. Don't worry about the comics. We've been virtually practicing, okay?
Well, y'all gonna virtually and actually catch this L.
Virtual.
Listen, man, Sutton, before I go into Kanye West, which I definitely have to go into with you, can you just give the people your credentials, man? Because I might have missed a few things, and just let them know a second about your background of being in the Navy and what you're doing now and how all that.
I'll say like this.
Yeah.
In God's kingdom, none of that stuff matters. So whoever I was before I became Pastor Sutton, none of that stuff even matters anymore. Because when people are coming to me for help, when they're coming to me for guidance,
wow,
I spent 15 years in the Navy don't matter because they're looking for that person. They're looking for the person who's in front of them right now.
That's humility. That's humility. Sometimes I just let the viewers know, a little bit about the background because sometimes they overstep their boundaries.
Well,
and think they know certain territories that you actually experience, but they want to tell you about. And this man was on the front line. He actually battled in Afghanistan. He actually is a war hero.
Well, I'll say this. When it comes to education, I'm qualified. When it comes to mental health, I'm qualified. When it comes to war, I'm qualified. And when it comes to spirituality, I'm qualified. And then when it comes to this court, any type of
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, what?
Qualified.
Pause. Major pause. Major pause on the court. No, I'm glad you said that, and because most of the time the problem we have is that people say that on these different social media outlets, and they're not qualified. They don't have the experience. They don't have the credentials. They don't have the knowledge.
That's people's nature, though. How many?
It's right. So
how many pastors just showed up out of nowhere?
I'm letting my viewers know on right here on Fray and Trae that this is a man who's actually is qualified. He's not just putting up a post like some of y'all do.
So I'm what you call a realist. I see things for what they are and not all of the meat and potatoes that goes around it. So prime example, I made a post the other day and I said, all y'all talking about how many kids Nick Cannon got. And you got a sister, cousin, auntie that got 5 kids with 5 different baby daddies that's broke.
Whoa, pause. Where's the laugh tracks?
So it's
that deserves a hand clap right there.
But the thing with social media is it empowers everybody. And you have to be very, very careful because some of those things don't go away. Prime example, Kevin Hart tweeted something 10 years ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
And it came out 10 years later.
Yeah.
So when you're out here being a Facebook psychologist, you being an Instagram sociologist, none of that stuff even really matters. You know, what have you actually proven? What have you actually done? Where are your credentials at? Like, okay, so Candace Owens, you came out here, you want to be this and that, but are you riding on the coattails of your husband's success?
Ooh.
Or are you actually knowledgeable?
We got a Candace Owens comment this morning. Candace Owens is such a that's such a jar and a can of worms that I refuse to open. But I don't think people understand and really know her background. She just was thrown into a light for the Republican Party's use of them looking as if Black people are very supportive of them. Not to say that there's some that are not, but she doesn't speak for us.
Candace Owens, Dr. Ben Carson, there are what white people say when they say, hey, I know a Black guy. I know a Black girl. Those are the people they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I hear her speak, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. And
then her directives towards Black people are very disrespectful. They're very out of touch with our culture. They're very out of touch and out of line of where we stand. And so Candace Owens is another box of worms that right now I refuse to unpack because and this is one of my problems with Kanye West. And as a pastor, I think it says good company corrupts what?
Yeah.
Good manners, good character. And so we can't keep making excuses for a guy like Kanye West, and he keeps attaching himself to people that's going to corrupt his good manner. I don't care if they're using him to buy parlor, if they're using him for votes, if they're using him, he has to be smarter than that. As my man that just called said, he has to see the bigger picture. You trying to get us to see the bigger picture, he has to see.
I always encourage people is to never let your good be evil spoken of. So at some point, you got to realize that even if you have the right agenda, even if your feelings or intents are always right, hanging around the wrong people will discredit you automatically. So prime example, let's say I'm out somewhere and all the dudes I'm with is they're hitmen. By default, because I'm always hanging around hitmen, they but we're gonna stay away from him. He a hitman. Or if I'm constantly going in places that's going to counter what I say I stand for. So I can't say, I stand for peace, prosperity, joy, loving God, loving Jesus, and then every other night you catch me at the strip club making it rain. Even though sometimes that's maybe what I want to do.
Tell the truth, Pastor. Shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I still gotta remember that my purpose is bigger than myself. And when it comes to like politics and when it comes to all that, I preach the Bible, and I leave my opinion out of it, because somebody might not be as smart as I am. And there are people who hang on to every word that a pastor says, whether it's right or wrong. And you have to be very, very careful. That's why when homeboy came up there the other day, he was I think you had just left. He was like chief of staff for Darren Bailey. And he's like,
oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah. He's chief of staff, and he was like, hey man, do you mind if Darren comes in on a Sunday and he kind of talks to your congregation? I said, man, listen, I'm all for giving people an opportunity, but in here, we leave politics out of the pulpit. You know what I mean? It's just a gray area, because when I vote, I don't vote for a Democrat, I don't vote for a Republican. I do research on what that person stands for. Because a lot of times where our people, we blue, we Democrat. And I said, that's not smart. So you mean to tell me that because a person is Democrat, automatically they mean well? You can't say that. Look at what that person stands for. So if you look at what they stand for and you vote for them, at least you know that you didn't vote for a party. You voted for that individual person.
The fact that there is a party just makes absolutely no sense to me. People should just run out their own views, is because like when you attach yourself red or blue, like all these things are already got this assumption of what you stand for already before they can even hear you speak. And when you're looking at a ballot, you see Democrat, Republican, you already you're prejudging already based on what they say next to it. And like you said, instead of finding out what that person actually stands for, somebody could be pro-life and pro-gun, believe that. And yeah, I just hate that I think they act a certain way because of the party they're associated with.
Yeah. Like I respect Representative Kissinger. He's a Republican, but dude been calling out Republicans left and right. It was like, hey, enough is enough, man. Y'all know what Donald was up to. Y'all don't try to sit here and act like y'all don't know. And they're like,
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was like, come on, man. Look at the emails. Check the text messages. I got them. So I know y'all got them.
Right.
You don't know what you're talking about. So right is right, wrong is wrong. And sometimes we have to call people out. Kanye West has not been right since his mother died. He has not been right since his mother died. And there have been a lot of people in his ear that's been giving him the wrong advice because it benefited them. And you want to know how somebody rock with you? Have a conversation with them when what you do can't benefit them.
Wow. Ooh. Can you say that again? Son?
If you want to know how somebody rock with you, have a conversation with them when what they do can't benefit you.
Wow.
That's deep. That is so deep.
I'm going to write that down, Pastor, because I'm going to be telling people this later. Because, I've learned because let me say this, as somebody who you counsel and do different things. I was one that, man, at my younger age, I used to lash out. Like I used to be deemed as angry. And like going toe to toe with me back in the day is much different than me today. Now, today's me is much milder. Like you can't get me to a point where I'm going to be my old self. Okay. And a lot of times, even though I had the intellect, I didn't know how to fight with it. I didn't know that abuse could be verbal. We're not taught that in our communities, in our at younger ages. They teach so much in the schools that they teach you nothing, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna have a whole show about what these schools are really teaching. I'm putting CPS on blast and a lot of public schools across the nation. I got teachers from every state. But I learned that a verbal abuse can actually be more damaging than physical, or just as damaging. And so, because they say, well, I didn't put my hands on somebody, but the things you're saying
It's worse. Words actually.
It could be, it could be worse.
But words. So it's nothing like. Prime example. You can probably. I don't recommend it, but let's say for you and your woman get into an argument and you push her. That's wrong, but she'll soon forget that. Y'all get in that argument and the B word come out. Guess what? She'll probably remember longer. Now, if you black her eye, she 100% gonna remember that. But if you're trying to get her up off you and you push her, which I don't recommend, people do not hit people. Okay, all right, clear that up.
Right.
Words hurt, and the thing is that as a mental health professional, you can never dispute how you made somebody feel. You can never dispute that, even if you feel like that's absolutely ridiculous. Your feelings are valid, and your feelings are your feelings based on your point of view. So if I say something in a negative way or a condescending way, and you say, "Well, Pastor, I don't like the way you made me feel," and I don't get to say, "Well, that's not how I meant it. That's not how you should take it." That ain't true, because in their reality, it is what it is.
Right.
So we have to stop being able to tell people how they should feel about anything.
Right. Okay. And I'm with that. I'm absolutely with that, man, because here's the thing in relating to Kanye West. Kanye West has said a lot of things to hurt people, and a lot of the African American community was defending him. I mean, they were defending him like nobody's business against other blacks, against other races, against Jews, they were defending him. And the thing was, Kanye West comes on the next day, Piers Morgan's show, where he did the whole boy, you gonna let me finish my statement and do all this. He apologized to the Jewish community. He apologized to those businesses that broke ties with him. He never once apologized to black people. Then a few days later, after people start putting him on blast, like different stars, by the way, not just common folk, like celebrities, like, let me get this straight. You apologize to everybody except black people. Then he makes a half an apology. It says, and I want to know from you professionally, the man, this is what came out of his mouth. He said, "I feel like I've been humbled. Thank you, God." And this is why I'm putting you in. Thank you, God, for showing me the way of and humbling me. Thank you, God, for humbling me, because now I know what it feels like to have a knee on my neck.
This is the common, and I'm going to say that you see this mostly in African American culture. When we say the word God, when we say the word Jesus, that's supposed to give us a pass. That's supposed to give us a pass.
Like,
not the actions that we did.
Like a Christian comic. What is that? A pass.
You can't get a pass. Just because you reverence God, sometimes that don't necessarily mean that you even mean it. But that, oh, well, child, Kanye said, thank you, God. So he's back on home now. Let's go ahead and go to the church. Let's put on Sunday service, and Big Mama gonna fry up some chicken. No, you have to. I can't just get up there and pray and just throw out random gods here and there. I have to be intentional about everything that I say. People have to be intentional, and you have to listen to what a person's trying to say, because this is what I will tell you. Kanye ain't no dummy.
Yeah.
He's not a dummy. He's very calculated. He's very smart. So when you have people that are very calculated and very smart, it's almost like they have their own PR person in their head. So they're thinking like, man, how can I spend this? Man, if I say this, then people are going to be, you know what? I got it. You know what, guys? I apologize. Thank you, God, for showing me the way. Thank you, God, for bringing me back. Thank you, God, for allowing me to experience this. I now know what my ancestors. What did you actually say, Kanye? What did you actually say? You just said a whole bunch of stuff. And I still rock with Kanye. I'm a musician too. So I still rock with his music and all that kind of stuff. And I just believe that the brother just needs Louis Farrakhan to come through and say, Kanye, listen here, brother. We're going to take you off the grid for a good 6 months. We're going to get you around some healing because you need to heal. Kanye has not healed from his mother's death. What he did was he went into overtime when it comes to working and throwing himself into music. He never took the time to heal. And then being in a very, very public relationship like the one he had with everybody since Amber Rose, it's just like you don't have time to do that. But
and Amber Rose
also part of being a celebrity. That's part of the mantle. You know, you don't get a private life anymore. People are looking at everything that you say, everything that you do. So you have to almost be like, I'll give you an example. Now you can say what you want about LeBron. You can say about his stats, he ain't Mike, he ain't this and that. But look at what LeBron stands for off the court. Look at what he stands for off the court. You can't say the stuff about LeBron off the court that you can say about Mike off the court. Right. But somebody somewhere will like, he ain't the greatest. That may be true. Mike is no doubt about it.
LeBron, the individual.
LeBron ain't never got caught in no scandal. You know, when the white lady came and was like, shut up and dribble, he was like, I will not shut up and dribble. You know? And he opened up a school and kept it open, and he's putting all these kids through school for free. You know, his kids is doing their thing. He ain't got a bunch of baby mamas popping up. He's very much a family man. He do the Taco Tuesday, and he invited friends over, and they live normal lives. And that's more of a role model than anybody else.
I've never had a problem with LeBron James off the court. Now,
not at all.
I have the way he intentionally, and let me say that, and he intentionally speaks up for the community, for racist Black people, the way that he makes sure that he's different and uses his platform to speak out against injustice. I appreciate LeBron James. I love the way he carries himself and the way he builds his family business-wise. I like the way he treats his children, his wife. I like the brand of LeBron James. I really do.
So shameless plug. I will be dunking on the comics in a pair of LeBron shoes. All right, continue.
Listen to him. And so I'm going to tag LeBron a little later. He got a win last night. And you know, when you at the age LeBron at, your knees just...
Listen here. I'm 40 now.
Won't be no good knees challenge.
Every time I poop with y'all, you know, I'm good in the moment, but when I get home, I'm like, that was a terrible idea. Terrible.
For those, I almost went Kurt Franklin. For those of you that think, for those of you that don't know what he's talking about, this Saturday, I almost went Kurt Franklin. Yeah,
that's me right there.
That's Saturday. Yeah, that's
I'm wearing the same hat.
Look at he wearing the same hat, cocked to the. I don't know if it's the right or left.
No, man, it's in the center. It's in the center.
Okay. I'm just checking past it because you know we talking about Kanye. He want to free Larry Hoover. I just want to.
We ain't trying to let him in the door.
I didn't know if we was letting some GDs in the door. God's disciples. I got you. Listen, Saturday Comics versus Promoters, November 18th. I'm sorry, November 18th. November 5th. They got me laughing so hard. That's this Saturday, y'all. That's this Saturday, November 5th, Comics versus Promoters. You will see Sutton on the court starting for his team. I don't know, starting for his team. Listen, this is for one charity for kids who have lost their parents, you all. They have lost their parents through violence. All right, we heard over the weekend that a man and a woman, after a baby shower, the woman expecting a child, she stabbed the child's father to death. And so we got a child that's going to be coming in the world within the next 4 to 6 weeks with a mother incarcerated and a father that is deceased. And so there are many stories and plenty of stories. You've heard about 14 people shot in Garfield Park in Chicago the other day. That affects some children are affected. There's some children killed. I mean, not killed, but injured they're going to be affected. This is on an everyday basis. Somebody is losing a parent somewhere between the age of 0 and 17. We have an opportunity to help those kids, even if you can't make the game. I urge you to please help us reach a goal to reach those kids. You can see that on the bottom of the screen. You can go to my website, jeremiahfrazier.com, or you can hit the link on the screen, y'all. You can hit the link on the screen right now or in the comments, comicsversuspromoters.eventbrite.com. There it is right there. Hit that link. And guess what? Donate a ticket or come to the game, because I don't know a time where I have seen 50 entertainers and comics come together in the same room. Y'all talking about Kanye trying to unite people. Listen, this is Chicago history right here. Y'all, look at all these faces on this plugger. This is not even half of the people that's going to be there. Even the female comics, female promoters, they are coming to be a part of this halftime show, 3-point contest, full basketball game. We have licensed NCAA refs that'll be in the building. Listen, Leon
calling fouls in the paint when they elbowing me in the ribs.
Leon Rogers and comedian Corey Bell will be hosting. This is an event at 12 noon that you don't want to miss. You can go do your laundry and make it. You can have brunch and make it. You can have the rest of the day to yourself. We only want to keep it for a couple of hours. There'll be hundreds of kids there that want to they have the opportunity to be around some people that are tangible, some people that can put a smile on their face for the day. I hope you all can please go right now. Not hope. I want you to do it like it was the new Yeezys. I want y'all to go to comicsversuspromoters.eventbrite.com or go on my page, my website, jeremiahfrazier.com, and get those tickets today. All right. Now let me get this off the screen, because if you haven't missed, there you go. There go Trae. Good morning, face. We've been talking about this guy. It's the boots for me. I don't know what else to say here. It is absolutely the boots for me. Yeah. We've been talking Kanye West this morning. Is Kanye West out of control? That's what we want to know. Is Kanye West out of control? We have on our live right now a professional, and I've got a brother who's a professional doctor and is actually specializes in mental health crises, and I'll probably have him on a little later. But Dr. Dwayne Sutton is here, one of the promoters, pastors, leaders, well qualified. If you're just tuning in, has the credentials, counsels every day, sees people like Kanye West on a daily basis, who just explained to us that he's never dealt with some trauma that he had. And a lot of us, and to add to that, in my opinion, and my experience, I should say, I remember losing a family member who kept me accountable. Mm-hmm. So it's more than just not dealing with the trauma. It's accountability. Yeah. When you feel like you don't have to listen to nobody, you really are at a place where life has to show you. A lot of y'all had kids that turn 18, 19, 20. They start smelling themselves. And you have to tell them, you know what? You think you know what's best for you? Go out there and have life. I love you. That's tough love. I love you. I keep trying to tell you, don't go this way, do it this way. You want to do it your way, you're going to find out what we call the hard way. Kanye West is finding out the hard way what it is when you stop listening to people because they don't make as much money as you. They're not in the same tax bracket as you, as his words. I don't have to listen to nobody that's not making as much money as me. That's what he said. So he's finding out the hard way. We got some comments and questions that have come in. A lot of people are agreeing with you and saying that you have a great approach. Pastor Dwayne. And so it just it messes me up a bit because our people, we get so mad at each other about somebody else's actions. Everybody wants to argue with everybody because, like the caller said earlier, y'all don't understand the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? You really mean to tell me that Kanye is doing this because he's going to rebillionate himself?
That's a good word, rebillionate.
Yeah. It's like rebuilding and billionaire at the same time. JeremiahFrazier.com. Rebillionate. That will be in the dictionary. So before you get out of here, because I know you got to head and do some work.
Yep.
What would your ultimate, if Kanye was listening to you right now, if he was in your room, if he was in your office right now with all them books behind you, what would you take the time to say to Kanye right now?
Kanye, brother, first of all, you got to know that God is in control over everything. Sometimes we can't understand it. It says his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts, but he's in control. So if you just give it over to him and let him control that and unplug. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick. A young lady asked me one day, and this is what I told her. She says, sometimes I don't feel like God cares about me. I don't feel like he's listening to me and I can't hear him. And I said, so I'm gonna give you an example why you can't hear God. You ever been on YouTube and listening to your music? You on your iPhone, that's a shameless plug for iPhone. You on your phone and you're listening to music, and then you open up your app and you're on Facebook, and then whatever video you scroll on sometimes tends to overpower what you were previously listening to. You got to cut one of them down to listen to the other one. So you can't hear God clearly is because you got all this stuff that's in your ear. You can't hear him clearly because you got negative people in your ear. You can't hear him because you got all these corporations telling you what to do. You can't hear because you got your own self-doubt, your self-fear, your self-esteem. All that stuff is rising up. But if you cut some of that other stuff down, you'll be able to see a clear picture. So a lot of times, it's like I was if you remember that scene in Paid in Full when Mitch was going through a lot. Yeah. And he's like, man, I just got to go and be around some love. I got to go be around some love. That ain't necessarily a good thing, because once you leave from that love, guess what? It's going to still be there. That feeling. That's why people get addicted. And as a veteran, there's a statistic that 22 veterans a day commit suicide. I was almost one of those, and I wasn't able to process everything that I just been through. I've been through war, and I've been traumatized, and I was injured, and all of that kind of stuff. And the military, they don't really teach you how to be normal. Everything is, somebody gets shot, like, all right, keep going. That's not normal. So when you have these traumas, you have to pause and address the traumas. So if you're in a relationship with a woman and it's toxic, before you go jump into another relationship, you got to make sure that, first of all, what you were doing was correct. Because a lot of times we all don't know how to properly love somebody. Yeah. So I can't just point the finger at you and say, you need to do this, you need to do this, because oftentimes in life, it's cause and effect. So if I'm doing something to you, that's going to cause you. Now you got some crazy people that's just going to do what they're going to do. But for the most part, a guy, his wife would tell him, well, I want you to tell me I'm pretty. I want you to affirm me more. And you wondering why she's not being physical with you. Well, you're like, well, you ain't being physical with me, so I'm not going to affirm you. And she like, well, you ain't affirming me, so I'm not going to be physical with you. You haven't addressed the root of the problem. No one is listening to the other person. Kanye is listening to the wrong people. He needs to get somewhere, find a good black, and I know it shouldn't matter, but find a good black therapist that can help him get through all of this trauma. And once he comes through that trauma, I have no doubt that the college dropout Kanye will be making his return. But until then, it don't even matter. Like as long as he's got people who ain't got no credentials that's in his ear, like you can't go vent to the neighborhood wino all day, because at the end of the day, he might give you some stuff that's gonna be like, all right, Earl, so you want me to stab her 3 times? That'll make her love me? That works for you? No, you can't do that.
And then, especially what you said earlier, they'll probably just tell you what you think you want to hear just for their own benefit. And that's
and people need to understand that nobody is trying to limit Kanye West to being a music artist or even a businessman. He can do anything he wants to do, anything he put his mind to do, and his money. The thing is that Kanye has built up such a stature, and he has made it. This man came from nothing to something. He's a success story. We're just.
I'm gonna challenge that. I'm not gonna say he came from nothing because his mama was a college professor.
Well, so
they lived in a bad neighborhood, but that was bad choice.
So when I say nothing, and teachers and college professors don't make nothing. So what I mean by nothing is
he's educated.
He came from Inglewood in Chicago, one of the poorest neighborhoods, to now being able to live anywhere in the world he wants and build anywhere he wants and have any land anywhere he wants. The man has he's a billionaire. And so we're just at this level, at this platform, at this plateau we're on. It's like, bro, we begging you to keep what you got. Everybody knows it's harder to climb and easier to fall. And right now he's doing himself a disservice with the tumble he's taking. And it's like, bro, just take a time out. You can't be quiet for 2 weeks. You can't chill out for 30 days. Nobody's trying to cancel you. Nobody's trying to limit you. Some people really need a refresh button. And Kanye is not taking the time to refresh. That's what we're asking him to do. Bro, we don't want to see you lose it all. You work too hard for it. And it's deserving because you're talented. You are creative. You are a genius. But I have family members, and you probably do too. It's always one or two that they're so smart, they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You're a genius, but you don't know what to do with it. Now, because that we don't have the money Kanye has, that doesn't exempt us from our genius ideas and being creatives. But I'm begging and pleading, and this is the biggest conversation I've had. I just don't want to see this man crumble in front of us like this, because it would be a historic fall. Like losing $1 billion in a day ain't no joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, and why the reason I'm rooting for him is somebody I connected with, especially like when Kanye the artist first came out. I had such a connection and related to the lyrics and everything, and you hear the message that he's so different and unique, and then the soulful beats that come along with it. Like when you connect with an artist like that, and to see how he grew over time and everything, and then crossed over and all of that stuff, and just became so much larger than you could have even you root for him, and after his third album, you're like, oh yeah, Kanye is solidified, one of the best rappers. And then you see him even just go further than that, and you're like, wow, he's really on a whole nother level. And then you start seeing him like venture out into other things and all of that. And I'm just rooting for him. And I know like he made a bunch of mistakes, and but you just want to see him come out on top still. I'm always just because, and I don't know, it's sad in a way, but you never know like all what somebody's going through. Yeah, he dealt with losing his mom and the divorce and all of that stuff, but that just on top of trying to experience that life of a celebrity is crazy to me. Just not being able to go and just do normal things and all of that. That's a whole thing within itself. Just to be so famous, paparazzi all in your face, that's a whole nother type of stress.
Yeah.
So
all right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Right.
I gotta head to the
son, man. We appreciate
I'll say this. I want people to give Kanye West the same kind of grace they gave Robert Downey Jr.
Oof.
Wow.
So
you just gonna leave on that note? You just gonna
give Kanye West the same grace y'all gave Robert Downey Jr.
Oh man!
Now I ain't got time to dive into that, but if you Google Robert Downey Jr. story,
man.
But you can catch me this Saturday, starting lineup for the promoters, I'm not really a promoter, but I guess I promote Jesus. And plus, Freedom Gym. They had to add me, so I think that's why they did that.
Yeah, you promoted
the place. It's all good.
That's where it
is. Guys, this is a great cause. I think that it's important that we show these kids that people care, even though the people that may have taken their parents' lives don't care. There, you have a village, and it does take a village to raise you. So you can catch me Friday, and if you in the mood for a church on Sunday morning, you already know the address. It's right there, Freedom Church, 2298 Ridge Road. See you guys on Saturday, 12 o'clock, right? Yes, right there, 12 o'clock.
Doors open at 11.
Yep, doors open at 11. Come in, watch the comics, catch this L.
All right, man. We thank you for coming on, man.
Y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me.
Definitely appreciate you.
All right.
That was Dr. Dwayne Sutton from the Freedom Church out in Lansing, Illinois, where we will be at the Freedom Facility. Bring your kids, bring your mama, bring your daddy, bring your cousins, bring your auntie. Listen on this Saturday, because me and Trae are wrapping up before 9 today. We got to get out of here. Yeah. I want y'all to come out. Comics versus Promoters. This is a charity basketball game to benefit the kids who have lost their parents in our streets, Chicago. Please go right now, make a donation. Comics versus Promoters.eventbrite.com, or go on my website, jeremiahfrazier.com. Go any of my social media pages. It's everywhere. Listen, we could not get any ad space on radio because the politicians have bought all the ad space. Listen to me well when I say this. The politicians have bought all the ad space. And so I am asking you if you can share this information or send this information to somebody that it can benefit. You might know some children who have lost their parents and want to be a part of that program. Look, share the information, y'all. It takes nothing to hit a share button and send it to somebody. Do that today. Be a good Samaritan. Comics versus Promoters this Saturday. All right. This Saturday, 12 noon. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. We're going to put our hands up, keep them up. The good knees challenge is we're going to see how many good knees out there. It's a lot of old knees out there. We're going to see how good they are. Hosted by Leon Rogers and comedian Corey Bell. I will be in the building live and direct. We got the DJs. We got vendors. It's going to be off the chain, guys. Media, the press, everybody is coming out. We got newspaper editorial, Chicago Media Takeout, along with others. My girl D Jones and D Jones Consulting. And also we want to thank Epoxy, Rejuve, Epoxy, home of the epoxy flooring. They purchased 30 tickets. 30 tickets, y'all. Wow. They purchased 30 tickets.
30 tickets.
Flooring, as you see here, this is what they do. They do all this type of flooring that you can have in your home, in your basement, wherever. So we want to thank Rejuve for purchasing 30 tickets. That was big for us. That was big. And you can do the same if you want to purchase 10 tickets, 20 tickets, 30 tickets. Listen, if you want to purchase 2 tickets, if you want to donate, whatever you want to do, go right now. Comics versus Promoters.eventbrite.com or jeremiahfrazier.com. Click those links, read the description, see what it's for. Help us help somebody. Now, we got to get out of here. We talked about Kanye West a pretty bit much today. Man, we got some more stuff to get into. We're going to come back Monday. I don't know. Maybe Friday. We'll let you know. But Kanye, I won't be wearing those boots. Because today in Chicago is 70. It'll be 75 degrees, y'all. Get outside, enjoy your day. Please be safe, y'all. I want to hear some good news today. I don't know what they're talking about, right?
Oh, they said they gotta Kanye gotta find somebody trust and put some money up, give it to them.
Well, he has a good heart. I do know that. He's one of those people that means well. He's just not doing well.
Right, he's only human, you know.
He means. Can we leave it at that today? He means well. He's just not doing well. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Hey, listen. We want to thank y'all for coming in. and joining the show today on the Fray and Trae show. All day, every day.
Let's go. Yeah, man. It's been fun doing this. It's only going to get better from here, folks.
I think you say this every show.
yeah, and hasn't it gotten better? I mean,
hey, listen, it really has. It really has, and our viewers know. And we're gonna get more callers and viewers and different guests coming on. Maybe Kanye will come on and explain the bigger picture himself. I'm gonna be giving away some tickets today on my Facebook Live and Instagram Live at some point today. So be on the lookout for that. And these tickets are for children; they're not for adults. So I know adults may get them, but what I want you to do is grab a hold of some kids that can come and fill that gym up, because we want to make sure that they have the opportunity, as well as us have the same opportunity as giving them a day of fun, a day of freedom. That's why we're at the Freedom Facility. Give them a day of fun and freedom where they can meet some of their favorite entertainers, comics promoters. Over 50 gonna be in the building, y'all.
Right.
I don't know if anybody has ever had a collaboration this big. Y'all say we never do anything, we never unite. Look at the unity in this event.
Yeah.
This is what unity looks like. We can do it together. We're better together. And promoters, we gonna kick y'all behinds. I don't want to hear nothing else. We gonna kick. Every single one of them that have gotten on here this week have been talking crazy. Don't even worry about it. We got something for you. We gonna kick y'all behinds. Trae, it was good having you today, man. Fray and Trae all day, every day, 7 to 9, Monday through Friday.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, we do got to leave a little early because I got to go move my car from street cleaning before 9. So y'all don't want your boy to get a ticket.
And as y'all know, the radio stations, I know they go off at 9, but they able to leave early without y'all knowing, because they play songs for 20 minutes.
Right.
We can't play songs because Facebook ain't giving us our license yet, but it's coming. Right. It's coming. We got some original music coming. Thank y'all. Right. Y'all enjoy y'all day. 75 degrees in Chicago. Let's get out here and have a good day, y'all.
Right. Yeah. Man, about to get out here.